Join me as I dive into the game and see if I can adapt to life without DPI in Fortnite. Can I still pull off those crazy moves? DPI, or dots per inch, has been a cornerstone of gaming, specifically in Fortnite, for a long time. It's a measurement of how sensitive our mouse or controller is, and it's had a huge impact on the way we play the game. From snipers to builders, DPI has been a crucial aspect of our gameplay, and its historical significance within Fortnite cannot be overstated. When it comes to DPI settings, players often face a number of challenges that can greatly affect their gameplay. For one, finding the perfect DPI setting can be a real struggle. Too low and you're sluggish, too high and you're all over the place. And then there's the debate around sensitivity and accuracy. Do you sacrifice speed for precision, or do you risk it all for those lightning-fast reflexes? It's a delicate balance that can make all the difference between winning and losing. DPI has also been the source of many a heated argument among gamers, with some swearing by high DPI settings and others claiming that low DPI is the only way to go. But beyond the debate, there's the fact that DPI settings can be finicky, to say the least. A slight adjustment can throw off your entire game, and finding that perfect sweet spot can take hours of trial and error. And let's be real, who among us hasn't spent an entire match struggling to adjust to a new DPI setting, only to switch back to our trusty old settings in frustration? And then, of course, there's the issue of muscle memory. When you're used to playing with a certain DPI setting, it can be tough to switch to something new. Your brain and fingers are trained to respond in a certain way, and suddenly changing that can be disorienting, to say the least. It's like trying to write with your non-dominant hand, it's just not natural. Despite all these challenges, however, DPI has remained a key aspect of Fortnite gameplay, until now. As Fortnite's mechanics have continued to evolve, we've seen a shift away from DPI reliance. Player preferences have changed, and the game has adapted to meet those changes. Updates have added new features and mechanics that have reduced the importance of DPI settings, and players have begun to adapt to a new way of playing. One of the main contributors to this shift has been the rise of controller players. With the introduction of aim assist and other features, controllers have become a viable option for serious players, and DPI settings have become less of an issue. And then, of course, there's the fact that Fortnite's gameplay has become more focused on strategy and building, rather than pure aim and reflex. With the introduction of new modes and game types, DPI settings have taken a backseat, and players have begun to focus on other aspects of their gameplay. As the game has continued to evolve, we've seen a decline in the importance of DPI settings, and players have begun to adapt to a new way of playing. But what about the latest updates? What about the new aiming systems and controller updates that have completely flipped the script on DPI reliance? It's clear that Epic is pushing the game in a new direction, one where DPI settings are no longer the be-all and end-all of gameplay. With the introduction of new aiming systems, players are no longer tied to a specific DPI setting. The game is adjusting to their playstyle, rather than the other way around. And with controller updates, the playing field has been leveled. DPI is no longer the deciding factor in a match. It's clear that Epic is trying to create a more inclusive, more accessible gameplay experience, one where players of all skill levels and playstyles can thrive. And if that means the end of DPI reliance, then so be it. The shift away from DPI is a major change, one that will take some getting used to. But as we look to the future of Fortnite, it's clear that this change is a necessary one. So, what does this mean for players moving forward? It means that we need to adapt, and fast. It means that we need to focus on other aspects of our gameplay, rather than relying on DPI settings to carry us through. And it means that we need to be open to change, rather than clinging to the old ways. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about the decline of DPI in Fortnite. Do you think it's a good thing, or a bad thing? And if you're curious about sensitivity settings, be sure to check out my previous video on the topic.